Josh, why did you come out? There are plenty of other people who thought life would be easier to hide and pretend. Why did you want to come out?
Because I was working so hard. I was working so hard to hide for 12 years. I remember having to curve my behavior starting about when I was 10 or 12 years old. And it didn't seem right. I was lying to everybody around me, as well as myself. But the choice to come out for me, it was very well planned out. Things like I was very afraid because I had never really met another gay person in my life at this point. I'd never had a friend or somebody close, gay or lesbian, anything like that. So the big obstacle that I had was I don't know anybody. I don't know how to do this. But it wasn't going to be okay. It wasn't going to be okay that I didn't, because that wrestling period that I was talking about earlier, so my early 20s to about 25, I was very depressed. And it wasn't a good way to live. It just wasn't. I had not very good thoughts about life and things like that. And the point that I said that I had to do this, it was really to save my life at this point. And it wasn't, it was to make sure that, in this wrestling period, or this I guess this process, it was all a process. I apologize for all these processes. But, I needed to make sure that my finances were in order, just in case my mom and dad disowned me, so that I knew that I could take care of myself. I was taking care of my health insurance. I was taking care of my cell phone. I was taking care of my own food and my own car and that sort of thing. Because I didn't know. Luckily that didn't happen, and it's been the most beautiful thing I've ever been involved with. But regardless, the fear up front, not knowing how somebody's going to react, especially your parents, that was frightening too. But at that point that I did come out, a weight lifted, and that was really nice.
Thank you for sharing that. What was one of the best responses you received by an individual when you came out to them?
It's just where it's gone. Okay. I have two. My favorite was my brother. I knew he wouldn't really care, and when I say he wouldn't care, it was just like I knew it wasn't gonna be a big deal. So I think I had talked to my dad, and so it was like, okay, kind of got that out of the way, and so I texted my brother, because that's how we do things, and it's like gold if he texts you back within like a week. So it got right back to me, and it was just like, hey, here's kind of the deal, and it was like, it's cool, like, yeah, I kind of figured, but I love you, and I'm really proud of you, and then it was like, and so like if anybody says anything, you tell me. And so he was like very protective, like right away. And then my second, a very dear friend of mine who had been staff prayer partner of mine when I was on AIM at Calvary Crest. So have known her for forever, and then I bounced around all over, and we kind of kept in touch, but and we would see each other from time to time, and reconnect and stuff. And I knew she was pretty conservative. She was gone through seminary, and so again, it was one of those like I didn't know how she was gonna respond, and so I was pretty strategic about like immediate family and how I was going to go about that, and very like, should I write letters, should I, like all that, and then, and so kind of got those out of the way, and then anybody else was just kind of like, Facebook? Like kind of throw the bomb from over there, and then like whatever happens, and it was okay. Because I was living out of state at the time. So I was like safe distance. And so that was fine for a lot of people, and so there was, this is a long answer to that question, but I don't know if any of you are familiar with Jennifer Knapp. She's a Christian music artist who eventually came out. So that was kind of a point of encouragement for me along that process of coming out. And I'd always been a really big fan just for music. And so she came out, I think, in 2010, and then went on tour with a newer album. And so I knew she was going to be in San Diego. And a gay friend of mine was in San Diego. I was like, you should come, come with me. And my friend, Ruth, was, hey, can I come with you? And I was like, yeah, like, cool, sure. And so we spent the whole weekend together, and that process of her, like, I just want to spend time with you, and doing just this, like, God, tell me what that was like, and like, just tell me all of it. I just want to hear all of it, and let me go to your, gay concert with you with your gay friend. And so that was just, it was like really? Okay. But the point over that weekend that just kind of like hit me was this hurt that she felt, and it was this kind of like she was mad, but she was also sad about it, kind of for herself. And it was this like, I can't believe you didn't like I had to find out. Why did I have to find out like everybody else? And like that, why did I not create a safe enough space for you that you felt like you could tell me, or that you felt like you could come and talk to me about that? And she, I think, was just really hurt and disappointed in herself too for not communicating that to me clearly enough, even though it was not anything we'd ever talked about, or was like even on the radar as far as I was creating my space. But yeah, like, and that really hit me, that I was like, A, that you would even care, and B, that like you really kind of got upset that like I didn't, share that with you, for that being something that was like, so important. So that was pretty significant.
Josh?
Remember what the question is?
A great response you received when you came out to somebody.
That's a really bad answer. I don't think I have like a favorite one. They were all generally fairly good.
I think mine took up enough space for.
Yeah, it's okay. Yours was a good one.
Do you believe that God has called you into celibacy?
No. Has he called you into celibacy?
He hasn't.
Okay. The reason I asked that question is because, I think us as Christians, we think about celibacy in probably a different way. We think about people like St. Paul in the Bible who took a vow of celibacy. We think about priests. These are people who are taking up the vocation of celibacy, so that they can devote their lives to prayer. I pray a lot, but that's all I'm going to say about that.
I will say no as well. I'm single right now, which is a bummer. But I mean, yeah, I do see myself in the future having a partner and sharing that, and that's something that is a genuine, desire that I do have for my life. And so that's something I don't feel called to.